A policewoman approached a prisoner and said, "You only have 2 months left to live in this world. After that, you will be hanged. If you have any last wish, let me know so we can try to fulfill it." Surprisingly, the prisoner wasn't sad or disturbed by the news. Instead, he smiled and said, "My last wish is to spend every remaining night of my life with a virgin girl." Hearing this, the policewoman was shocked. She replied, "That's not possible. We cannot force any girl to do such a thing for a prisoner." The prisoner calmly said again, "If that's the case, then why don't you fulfill my wish?" The policewoman got a bit angry, but controlled herself and responded, "I am a police officer. How can I do such a thing with a prisoner?" She asked the prisoner if he had any other wish, but he kept repeating the same one. Now, friends, did the policewoman fulfill his final wish or not? Let me tell you this true story that will shock you. So, without delay, let's begin. There was a brave and fearless policewoman named Santoshi. She had been in the police force for less than a year, but was already known for her dedication. She was a senior officer at her police station and had made a name for herself by catching many wrongdoers in her area. One day, Santoshi received a report from a village. The report said that someone had brutally killed their own mother. Without delay, she reached the location. When she arrived, she saw an old woman lying on the ground. In front of her stood a young man, around 21 years old, holding a large wooden stick. Santoshi calmly told him, "Put the stick down and come with us to the station." The boy obeyed. He threw away the stick, and Santoshi arrested him and brought him to the police station. She had to take the boy to court within 24 hours, so she kept him at the station for a few hours without questioning him. Later, when they reached the court, the judge asked the boy his name. He replied, "My name is Amit." They asked Amit about his crime, but he remained silent. Despite his silence, the court sentenced him to death. Amit didn't panic or show any fear. He had only a few months to live. Santoshi took him back to the station and locked him in a separate room. One day, while Amit was in custody, a woman came to the station. She told Santoshi that someone had broken into her house and stolen everything. Santoshi, the policewoman, told her fellow officers, "Go to the house of the woman who reported the theft. Search the place and collect any evidence you can find. Call me once you have something." The officers left with the woman. Now, only the policewoman and the prisoner, Amit, were at the station. Santoshi walked slowly toward Amit. She looked at him and asked, "Aren't you upset that you've been given the death sentence? Why don't you speak? You haven't even properly confessed your crime. But the mistake is yours, and no one can save you from the consequences." Amit listened to her words and suddenly began to smile. Seeing this, Santoshi snapped, "Why are you smiling? Don't you feel even a little sad that your mother is no longer in this world because of you?" As Santoshi was speaking to Amit, a phone call came in. She answered and was informed that the investigation at the woman's house was complete. She rushed to the location. Upon reaching the house, it was discovered that the woman's own son had stolen money from the cupboard. Santoshi quickly solved the case and returned to the station. Later that day, Santoshi received an order from her senior officers. "If that boy has any last wish, ask him and report it." Santoshi went to Amit's cell, carrying a cup of tea. Handing it to him, she said gently, "You only have 2 months left. If you have any final wish, let us know so we can try to fulfill it." Amit, with calm confidence, replied, "My final wish is to spend each night with a virgin girl until I die." Hearing this, Santoshi's eyes widened in anger and disbelief. She took a deep breath and replied, "That's a very big and inappropriate wish. It's not right." But Amit remained firm. "That's my last wish," he repeated. Santoshi responded again, "That's wrong. If you have any other wish, please say it." But Amit kept insisting on the same thing. "No girl would ever agree to such a thing," Santoshi said. At that, Amit chuckled and looked at her. "You're a girl too. I can tell you're not married. Why don't you fulfill my last wish?" Santoshi was taken aback and fell silent for a moment. She didn't want to involve any other girl in such a thing. After a pause, she quietly said, "All right, I will meet you at night." Then she left, When night came, Santoshi changed out of her police uniform and wore a sari. She returned to the cell where Amit was held. As soon as Amit saw her, his eyes lit up with excitement. He smiled and said, "When you asked me about my last wish, I began to like you. I've never seen a police officer like you. You did exactly what I asked." Santoshi looked at him and replied, "I only did this because I believe that everyone deserves to have their last wish fulfilled." As Santoshi stood there in silence, trying to make sense of what she was doing, Amit suddenly asked her, "If every prisoner asked for a final wish like mine, would you fulfill those too?" Santoshi paused. His words struck her, and she began to think deeply. After a moment, she looked at him and said, "Tell me honestly, what really happened? What exactly did you do? What happened to your mother?" Amit's expression grew serious. "How could I ever hurt my own mother?" he said. "I only picked up a stick to defend her, but by the time I acted, it was already too late." Hearing this, Santoshi grew more curious. She asked him to explain everything in detail. Amit opened up and told her the full truth, how he had only tried to save his mother, but the situation got misunderstood, and he ended up being blamed for her death. After listening carefully, Santoshi realized there might be more to the case than what was recorded. She decided to help him. The very next day, she took Amit to a lawyer and arranged for a proper legal defense. In court, Amit explained everything that had happened. The lawyers asked, "Why didn't you say all this earlier?" Amit replied, "I was terrified that day. I didn't know what to do. I panicked." Originally, Amit had been sentenced to death, but thanks to Santoshi's help and the new evidence, the real criminal was eventually caught and punished within a few months. Amit was declared innocent and released. In time, Santoshi and Amit grew close. Despite Santoshi being 3 years older than him, they got married and started a new life together. If you enjoy our videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll be back soon with another amazing story. Until then, take care and goodbye.